That's just awkward
Thank you for
sounds.
holding. My name is James. I'm with Xbox Customer Support. How may I help you today?
Hi, James. I just had a little bit of an issue. I need to speak to somebody. I was actually on the phone with somebody before, but I got disconnected, so I'm calling back from my house.
Yeah, I can definitely help you out here. What was your first name, sir?
Oh, my first name's Jim. I apologize.
Yeah, no problem, Jim. Is it right that I call you by your first name, Jim?
Just call me the Big J. That's what everyone calls
Big
me.
J? Yeah, I can go with that. Yeah.
The Big
what can I help you with,
J,
Big
not
J?
like the Big J.
The Big J, gotcha.
All right.
So what's going on, the Big J? What can I do for you? What was going on with when you disconnected the last call there?
Well, it was like the guy answered, and I lost service, so I really didn't even get to explain my situation, so...
Yeah. Yeah. So what's going on? Is this something to do with your Xbox or a live account?
Well, it's actually my Xbox. I really didn't know what to do because me and my wife actually just got married, and she was actually trying to put a DVD in, and the ring actually came off and went inside the tray and like inside the Xbox. So I don't really know what to do at this point. Because I was actually looking through the manual, and it said, like, if I open up the Xbox, I void the warranty, so I was like, let's not do that at all.
Okay. Oh, okay. The ring. You mean like the wedding ring?
Oh, yeah, the wedding ring. Yeah, it's in there.
Okay. So there's like a loose object inside your Xbox now, which is your wedding ring?
I can't get it out.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to transfer you over to a escalation specialist.
Okay.
And then they should be able to help you out a lot better here.
And what did you say your name was?
Yeah, my name is James.
Oh, thank you, James. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. Before I do that, though, I just want to get some information here from you.
Sure.
Can I get the console serial number?
Sure, I can. I just want to let you know that actually I bought it on eBay from somebody, so I never really registered it, so I don't know.
Okay. You know, it's really not too big of a deal here. Just at the moment, the Big J here. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to look into this a little further, and then what I'll do is I'll see if I can get an escalation specialist on the line.
Piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. Yep.
Sorry?
That's what I always say. It's like, instead of saying, not a problem, I say, it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
Gotcha, okay. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll just see if I can get an escalation specialist on the line and then transfer you instead of just and then conference you in, instead of just transferring. You'll probably save some time here. Okay,
so is that a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake?
It sounds like it, yeah. It'll be a piece of cake to make a pretty cake, yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, so is it right if I just put you on hold here? I shouldn't be longer than 2 minutes. If I am, I'll come and touch base with you, just so you don't think that you know I forgot about you or anything like that.
No problem, James.
Okay, so thanks for holding the Big J. I shouldn't be too long here. Again, I'll touch base with you in 2 minutes if it does take that long.
Okay.
Okay, thanks again.
Bye. He actually said, "It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake." I'm gonna change my name to something more bizarre when they get back. I really don't know. The Big J. He actually called it to me twice. It's really weird. So that's weird. So if you're doing a prank, and you need to get around that, just say you bought it on eBay. Yeah. Let me check up on Kristen. Not the big O.
Do you want to play the latest games online with your friends? Or get early access and exclusive discounts on the hottest gaming and entertainment content?
Hi, the Big J.
Hey.
The Big J?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Thanks again for holding. Yeah, I got Melissa here on the line. She's an escalation specialist, and she's going to be taking the call over here.
I just so you know, I know it's fine. I just realized that back in the day, this girl I was dating used to call me the Big J, so I don't like that. I just kind of remembered. That's not good.
Oh, okay, so you don't want to be referred to as the Big J anymore?
No, my son calls me Zapdos, whatever that means. So we could just go with that.
Okay. Well, yeah. Again, Melissa's on the line here with us, and she'll be taking over here. No other questions or concerns for me at all?
Nope.
Okay, I just want to thank you again for your patience here, and thank you for calling 1-800 for my Xbox, and enjoy the rest of the night here. Zapdos.
Okay.
All right, thanks for your good work.
All right.
Hi there. I do apologize there for the hold again. My name is Melissa. I am an escalation specialist here. My understanding is you have your ring caught in the console?
My wife's wedding ring is caught in the console. So.
Okay. I'm just documenting the exact issue here.
Yep, ring, Xbox, inside. So.
Okay. Can I get the console serial number there for me, please?
Sure. I was telling James that actually bought the console on eBay, so I never registered it or anything, so I don't know if that's gonna help you guys at all or not.
No, it should be fine. If it's already registered in somebody else's name, I'll just re-register it in yours if we need to.
Awesome. 403-342-561606.
606?
Yep.
Okay. So I just want to make sure I have that correct. That's 403 342
Yep.
561
Yep.
606.
Yep.
Okay, so good news, the console is not registered yet.
Woo! Thank God. I was worried. Because I've heard some crazy stories about getting consoles on Xbox from eBay, like an Xbox, that are already registered. Heard some crazy stories about that.
Yeah, good news is yours hasn't been here, so I do have to register. Can I get your first name?
Zapdos.
Sorry?
Zapdos is what I prefer to be called.
Okay, and what is the name that you, like, if you need to go pick your console up at, like, Purelator, or sorry,
What?
UPS or something like that, you're going to need your driver's license because they do need to verify that they gave it to the right person. So what is the name that's on
Right, but it's actually my middle name. Legally, I changed it, so it's like on my driver's license. I don't know if that helps or not.
Okay, so what is the first name?
Well, you can just put my middle name, Zapdos. I don't like to be called by my first name at all.
Okay, and what? How do you spell that?
Z APDOS.
Okay, and your last name?
Smith. But it's with 2 H's.
Okay, and excuse me. Your phone number, please.
818-275-6340.
Okay. Canada or the United States?
United States.
And your
US.
zip code, please?
All day, every day, all the way.
Okay. And your zip code?
Excuse me? You cut out. I'm not even...
Sorry, I do apologize for that.
Oh, that's fine. Not a problem. Not a problemo. It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
Okay.
Yep.
And your zip code, please.
90210. I apologize. That's what you said. Whew. My eye hurts for some reason.
That is definitely not good. You should go get that checked out.
It's
there.
not. So.
And the state that you live in?
California. My freaking eye. What is that?
And the city?
Beverly Hills. Where I'm at. It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book.
What was the zip code again?
90210.
90210.
You know you can't be lazy.
And your address?
52 Cauliflower Lane. So let me try that. Now, just when I say, is it a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake, you have to just say, it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. And then, well, good to go. So is it a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake?
Yes.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. Kind of have to play off the words that I told you.
Sorry.
You know. like, I know you don't understand, it's weird, but like if I say, is it a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake? You say, it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. Like you're agreeing with me.
I am agreeing with you. I'm saying yes.
But you have to like smile and just say it, you know? Yes, do you kind of understand what's going on? Yes, no.
Sorry? Excuse me, sorry. I do apologize. I just didn't want to cough in your ear there.
Oh, that's fine. So that's probably why you didn't understand me. So if I say, is it a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake? You just have to say, it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
It's a piece of cake to build a cake?
No, it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
To bake a pretty cake.
It's a piece of cake to bake. So, is it a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake?
It's a piece of cake to bake a
No,
pretty cake.
No. Oh, you were close. You messed up right at the end. It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake, not build. Bake.
It's a piece of cake to bake a cake?
No. It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
To bake a pretty cake?
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake?
Woo! Freaking idiot. Finally, I just wanted to get her to say it. She was high and depressed out of her mind, and they called me Zapdos.